What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today got part 2 of the ice walls. Let's get into it. The ice wall gates.
So the planet Atlas, which is of course the body of the snowman, sits right below us and is accessible beyond our ice caps, our ice walls. And there are actually several different ways in the lore where you can get through the ice wall to explore these faraway
Oh, there are 4 entrances. Look at that. Wow.
distant lands. And before I get into the actual lands, I want to explain those gates a little bit. That way you can kind of get a little premise of what we're going for. The gates are the Sentinel Gate, the Tiger's Gate, the Serpent's Gate, and the Leviathan's Gate. Those are what they've been called, and as you can see in the image, they are labeled here. I'm going to be referencing this map.
The Titanic Forest. Y'all see that? I don't like the way it's moving. Look at that. Wait. Do you have the Serpent's Gate? Whoa, dude. Way. Australia. Like you have the Leviathan Gate. No way, dude. The Sentinel's Gate. Look at that. And the Tiger's Gate. That's wicked. Can I save this? Whoa. I don't like that zooms right there. Let's go back.
It's one of the only references we have. So these gates play a massive role
I need to find that
in
map.
understanding why certain people are in these lands in Atlas and how they got found. Sentinel's Gate is located at the southern part of the ice wall. The terrain here is pretty flat, dotted with small ponds and marshlands. In these swampy marshlands lives a species of penguin that is much wiser, much more evolved than the penguins that we know. They are the Sentinel penguins. Of course, that is where the Sentinel Gate gets its name from. The very first people thought—
Pretty sure there's no grass in Antarctica. Pretty sure, chat.
To have found the ice wall and this break in between, the Sentinel Gate, were the Proto-Yagan, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, Proto-Yagan sailors. Those sailors got horrifically off course and they ended up getting lost and sailing directly through the Sentinel's Gate. A small number of these sailors stayed here and kind of set up camp and colonized the immediate areas. There's not really much plant life to speak of here at Sentinel's Gate because the land is dotted with just lakes and rivers and ponds and things like that. But those penguins that I mentioned that live here, those are another story entirely. They stand at 2.5 meters tall and are extremely aggressive. They're literally known for how mean they are and how they'll go out of their way to attack people that they see. The Sentinel penguins usually spend days at a time standing completely still, just idling there in this very scary looking position until they're ready to attack their prey. One thing that you'll find in all of these different lands at the gates and beyond the gates into Atlas and beyond is that these places have tribes. They have native people.
No way they have natives by these gates. That's crazy. Ain't no way.
That were settled there a long time ago, and I'll try to get into as much deep lore of that as I can. There is a lot of it, and I will not be able to get it all in, so I apologize for the lore.
The fan fiction must go crazy for this type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Purists. I'll just be glossing over some of them, but I'll mention the ones that I think are important. For instance, here at the Sentinel Gate, the Senti people are who kind of run the joint. Each of these tribes is split up by chieftains, and a chieftain rules a certain part of the tribe, and these Senti people are known for not getting cold. Obviously, the areas around here are pretty frigid and they can get really low in temperature, and these people are known for being hardy. They don't even wear coats. Kind of just walk around naked and they don't even get cold at all. There are other smaller little islands that dot the Sentinel's Gate that were founded by Argentinians, by people from Germany, by people from Spain. All sorts of colonies like that were started many years ago, and the people that allegedly live there now are descended from those. Anyways, that was Gate 104. The next gate I want to mention is the Tiger's Gate, and you can kind of see where this is going just by—
Did we read that one? Let me see. Tiger's Gate. Is that one on here? Hello? Zoom in. Did I miss it? Oh. There it is. Tiger's Gate. Huh. What is that over there? The Typhon Storm. Crazy. There's a storm over there hanging out. No, I don't want to leave it. I just want to look at this. Look more. I think it's just more fan fiction. It's a pretty cool map though.
By the name. Now this break in the ice wall is on the western side of it, so it's on this side, but I think it's that side for you. Whatever. This break in the wall is known for its hilly and harsh environments. Hot springs, volcanoes, and running rivers run wild through here, and the land is untamed. And of course, the gate is named after the tiger species that lives here, known as the Tiger del Glacier, which is just the tiger of the glacier. These are physically massive animals, not too dissimilar to the saber-toothed tigers that we know. These things possess extreme hunting capabilities, and they stalk their prey for days. They can jump and bound like an insane thing. The native peoples of this
That's crazy. Ain't no way. How did they get there? How did these tigers get there? You know what I mean? Were they like migrated, do you think? In a way, they just spawned, right? They don't just spawn like that.
Tiger's Gate area are very large, very hardy people, and they're actually so strong naturally
Nephilim? Nephilim?
that they fight these tigers in gladiatorial
Enoch?
combat in some of the colonies, which I think is pretty cool. The peoples brandish obsidian weapons because obsidian is rich in the grounds here, and they wear the skins of the tigers that they kill. The majority of humans who have settled the Tiger's Gate area are of Spanish descent, save for a few British colonies here and
I'm gonna say it's safe to assume, chat, that like whoever got to these gates and just like settled down and made camp, they got lost. Ain't no way they're like specifically looking for these things. They probably just like, all right, they just all got lost and just like walk, like sailed through literally 2 ice walls. I would be tripping if I'm on a boat looking at that. Like, what the fuck? And they just stayed. Ain't no way. Life wasn't not that bad back in Spain, my guy, for you to stay in the snow like that. You had to have gotten stranded.
there, but where are those not? The people who live on the islands of the Tiger's Gates make their way, get through life by fishing and hunting. They are specifically known here to hate and detest pirates. They can't stand the idea of them, so they always try to ward them away and keep them off. The Tiger's Gate is really not a very common gate to go through if
I feel like the author who made them was like, they need to be more interesting. Let's throw pirates in. That's so dumb. Pirates, like, that's so stupid.
if you're an explorer going beyond the ice wall, partially because of how dangerous it is to get there, and then the people not being too welcoming of pirates and those who've
I'm all for gates. I draw the line at pirates. That is so dumb. You couldn't have made anything else. Yeah, do pirates, huh? Gates were cool. Gates are sick. Pirates?
travel there. Moving over to the eastern side of the ice wall, we have another
Leviathan
very
Gate.
difficult, but probably the most famous.
This one sounds scary AF. Like, for sure. The Kraken lives there. For sure. Ain't no ether over there protecting people.
Famous exit through the wall itself, known as the Leviathan's Gate. This entrance is known far and wide, from sailor to sailor, for the depths of its water and the things that hide beneath. The water is extremely choppy and aggressive, and giant leviathans and mosasaur and fish swim in the surrounding areas. Weird-looking whales swim around this area as well, and you can hear their calls if you get close enough. Those who do live in the...
What did I say? Monsters of the deep. Y'all never seen the Meg? It lives there.
Leviathan's Gate area are typically from French or Scandinavian descent, but there are other varying ethnicities as well. The land here in the Leviathan's Gate is jagged, it's coarse. It's like the mountains appear to be teeth clenching down on any passerbys. The Leviathan's Gate is extremely dangerous to those who are not used to its waters or those who are accidentally stuck there, and it's known to be a very deadly watery grave for many a sailor. Strange things lurk in the waters below the Leviathan's
So do people live there or not? Do people settle down there?
Gate. The final and the most popular of these gates.
He didn't say so, so I'm assuming no one lives there. I'm assuming there's probably no land either. Or maybe people just can't get to the land because of all the sea monsters.
is the Serpent Gate. This is the entrance through the wall on the northern sector. And the Serpent's Gate looks completely different from the other areas I've described. The region is covered in these dirt and rock outcroppings that appear to be stalactites on the ground. These weird mounds are located on the grassy plains that make up the Serpent's Gate. Now, fitting with the theme of the other entrances like the Sentinel, the Leviathan, and the Tiger Gate, this Serpent Gate is named for the large sea serpents that swim around the waters here, as well as other giant
Like big ass anacondas. I saw a video of a big ass anaconda. They don't need to be that big. That's ridiculous. Like, they're being obnoxious. Ain't no snake needs to be 30 feet long and like this thick. Like, no, a snake don't need to be doing that shit. A snake don't need to be doing that. Like, what the fuck? What kind of game are we playing here? Like, no snakes need to be like that. The fuck out of here.
snake-like entities that call this gate home. Large labyrinthine snakes swim in the water and they contort their bodies in these mesmerizing fashions, shimmering and
I wouldn't mind if snakes disappeared. You know, snakes, tarantulas. We'll come up with one later.
shining.
Scorpions. Fuck out of here. Vault 'em. Nerf 'em. Vault 'em. Patch update. Get 'em out of town.
And the delight of many a sailor, and also the death of them too. The Serpent's Gate is mainly home to descendants of Asian and European countries,
That's
but
crazy.
there are other places as well, like a few South Americans and so on. And fitting with the other gates, there is a tribe of native people here known as the Serpentes, and this group is hallmarked by their clothes. They wear the skins and the scales of the serpents that they kill in battle. They wear them as sort of a trophy.
That's
kind of like how
crazy.
old hunters used to wear the hides of the animals they killed in the frontier days, which also that's just pretty cool. Like imagine walking around with this like blue snakeskin cloak on. Pretty cool. And all things considered, the Serpent's Gate is normally monikered as the easiest gate to get through to get to Atlas. So anyways, those were all the gates. That's how you get through the ice wall. Those are the openings, the breaks in the ice. That's how you get to the first new world that I'll be discussing, which is Atlas. For the rest of this
That was Atlas, I guess. So, no. Those are the gates, I guess. Crazy. Anyways, if you want to see part 3, like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you in the next one.